And we're here with Curtis Banks. This is CNJ REIG podcast 1.
And let's start with the introduction about who are we.
Well, go ahead.
All right. So hi, I'm Tabitha Forge. I've been doing some real estate for the past 15 years. I dabble in the world of it. I've done pretty much everything from fix and flips to knockdowns, modulars, add levels, burnouts, Airbnbs, and then some. And you are?
I'm Scott Forge, Tabitha's husband. Been hosting CNJ REIG for about 7 years now, 7.5 years, on top of doing all the real estate Tabitha mentioned and building relationships with people around the country.
And buying, what else have we been started to buy now?
And we're buying the apartment complexes in the southeast markets of the Carolinas, Georgia, Tennessee, and also Texas, where we will be acquiring more doors. Right now we're under contract with one in Tennessee. And then we have.
And this is how we got Curtis here, because with all this, we need the correct what?
Money strategies.
Right.
Go.
So can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Yes, my name is Curtis Banks. I am a financial educator, wealth mentor, and award-winning author of the book on money management. I teach you how to get out of debt, stay out of debt, how to invest and build wealth for now and for generations to come.
All right, I'm intrigued. Stay out of debt.
Yeah.
So how did we meet you?
Well, I recall we met years ago, probably 2015, roughly, at a event that we were both there to learn and grow and develop skills and abilities to build wealth.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, right.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like we just met recently. That's why I wanted people to see that we've known each other for a long time.
Oh, absolutely. It's been an amazing journey, a great learning experience and a lot of growth and development. I can see from the things that you were doing back when we met and what you're doing today. It's been an amazing journey.
Oh,
I'm so pleased to see your success.
Yeah, thank you.
and us for you. We've seen the difference how you started. Yeah. you started so, and you're like,
coach.
yeah, you're coaching, you're talking more than you. I love it.
That's right. I mean,
How much you've grown, just like us. Like we are growing up.
and that's the name of the game, right? That's the name of it. It's all about growing to become a better version of ourselves and creating more opportunities for our family for now and generations to come.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. I agree with that 100%.
Nice.
All right. So can I ask, all right, who or what has been the biggest influence on your work or the subject matter that you specialize in?
Wow. One of my greatest influence was my grandfather.
Yeah.
My
family.
My grandmother, because together they were farmers. They were sharecroppers with a 3rd grade education. They raised 17 children in a 3-room house, no running water, no electricity.
Did you say 17?
I did say 17. And wow, they did an amazing job. Not only did they retire from farming, but they retired and they had their own home built. They had saved enough to have their home built. And then when they passed, they left an inheritance for the children over and above that. It was quite an amazing feat, considering where they started and where they ended up. It was amazing.
After being able to feed all of them. Just saying.
At 17.
That's a lot. I mean,
It's incredible.
My grandmother had 7. And I think my great-grandmother had 7 or 8. So back in the day, they used to have large families, but down south they had even more.
Absolutely.
And they didn't have technology and things that distract us,
Well, all 4 of mine, I have 2 out of each. then when my grandmother remarried, she had 2 more. So there was 4 out of 1, and then everybody else had 2.
Yes.
All 4 of the grandmas.
I think about it, that was back in the 1800s, right?
When?
With your grandparents did this.
No. We're talking about the 1900s.
Early 1900s?
It was.
Wow.
I was born in their home.
Wow. It was down in Georgia.
In Alabama,
Oh,
small town USA, Greensboro,
okay.
Alabama.
That's why you have
roots there.
And I was born in their house when they were both still farming.
Okay.
And so this is not very long ago. My grandparents, they were actually first generation of slavery.
Wow.
Okay.
And they accomplished so much in their lives.
Well, yeah.
That it inspired me. In fact, I got so inspired by it over the years. I decided to create, and I launched a foundation in their honor in 2022, and then 2023 we made it public at our family reunion.
Awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome. So you guys have family reunions?
Yes, we do. I've been leading those family reunions since the late 80s.
No.
And we had our most recent in 2023 in Washington, D.C.
Cool.
We had over 100 family members to show up.
That's awesome.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't get an invite.
We'll work that out. We'll be back at it in 2 years.
Okay. All right. So, what about, can you share a significant turning point and a challenge in your career or journey that had the profound impact on you?
Wow. A significant turning point for me. I had 4 years in the Air Force, and then I joined the Boeing company. And I was in a place where I was working on my computer science degree, and I was working at the company in IT. So I was doing really great in my career. I was doing what I love to do, and I was making more money than I'd ever made in my life. And I was making more than my parents were at the time. And I was doing really good, at least I thought I was. At the end of that first 10 years, I came to the realization that it wasn't as good as it appeared. I found myself in a place where I was working a part-time job to make ends meet. I had bill collectors calling me. And I was in a place that I had no idea I was headed into or that I was in. And those bill collectors, they have a way of making you feel really bad about yourself. And I was there sitting at my dining room table, staring at bills, and had just got off the phone with the third one. And it was the most gut-wrenching time I ever had in my life. And I had no idea what to do. I thought I had done everything that I knew how to do. I'd done debt consolidation loans, and it just didn't work out. And so I was in a place where I'd never been, and I was feeling really bad. And the only thing I really knew to do was to pray. And I prayed for a better way to manage my money, because I knew my family and I deserved better. And after that, it began a journey to learn about money, how it works. And it created a whole new interest for me. And I started studying money. I studied accounting, economics, and took a lot of courses that weren't on the normal curriculum. And I began to learn about money, and it was a turning point. And after that, I began to understand how to create wealth.
Well, that works.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to say thank you for your services. And I guess they gave you a kick start.
It was an amazing, the Air Force was an amazing part of my life, in that I learned a lot about leadership. I learned a lot about teams and how to create strong relationships. And it has served me well.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for your service. Absolutely.
You're welcome.
All right. So my fourth question that I have: what are you currently working on, and what can we expect from you in the future?
Wow. So I started Money Smart Education as a launchpad to get a book out that I worked on. I worked on the book for 15 years, got it published, and I started Money Smart Education as a place to reach, as a platform to reach millions of people. And that has turned into a great place for people to come and learn the fundamentals of how money works, to learn how to get out of debt, learn how to keep more of their money, how to invest it, and how to create wealth and protect it. And there are many, many people that have had this experience, and boy, they're just loving their new lifestyle. What we're doing this quarter in preparation for next year, we're launching a new investment club.
Cool.
An investment club. And it is focused on stock investing.
Okay.
So many people have this negative view about the market. But when you look at the market itself, you can see that over time, it just performs. I mean, you can just see the trend, right? But people don't understand how to get started. Fortunately for me, and earlier in my career, when I realized I had a challenge and I began pursuing options, I got exposed to an investment club. Okay. And I learned the fundamentals of stock investing. I learned how to evaluate a company looking at its fundamentals. And then I learned to evaluate based upon the technicals, which are the charts that tell you how they're performing and give you some projections on how they may perform in the future. When you bring those two things together, the fundamental analysis and technical analysis, you get a good bird's eye view of what a good investment is. And so I learned those skills and techniques, and I've been improving them over the years. And now I've put together a program to teach others.
And how long until we get invited to this program?
January 2024.
All right.
So out of the gate, ready to go.
You got that date ready to go, so you're accountable for kicking this off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you heard it here.
And I'm ready. My team is ready.
Okay.
We're
so
excited.
a team.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool.
Oh, so there's another question. So most people always try to do everything themselves.
Yes.
And you just mentioned you have a team.
Yes.
How did you choose your team?
Good question. Let me go back a moment and share. I published a book in 2017. The book is The Book on Money Management, How to Build a Foundation for Wealth. In the book, one of the core strategies for how to be successful, because you're going to make, when you learn these strategies, you learn how to make more money, you learn how to keep more, you learn how to grow and invest it. But one of the most important things that you can do is have a team around you. Your circle of influence will determine your speed to success.
Okay.
And in the book, we talk about this concept called a money smart team. So you learn to leverage the team that you have. You have a team already. You may not know that you have a team, but you do. For example, if you have a car and you have car insurance, you have an insurance agent.
Yeah.
He's on your team. Not only is he on your team, but he's on your payroll because you're paying the insurance every month. And that agent is there on your behalf. All you have to do is pick up the phone and call and ask questions about the next house you're going to buy, or the next car you're going to buy, or what are some ways to lower your car insurance, your home insurance. But they're there to answer those questions.
Your building insurance. I just got the picture sent to me. I got to go fix the cracks in the concrete.
There you go.
They've been there since 1920.
And all you got to do is ask, and they're on your team, right?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be on your team.
Well, if you pull them in and nurture the relationship, they're on your team.
So that's a key thing.
There you are. The same with the bank. You put your money in the bank and then you go walk away, forget about it, and you don't realize that the bank's now on your team too.
Oh, that I did get.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that one I do. The bank actually called me and asked me if I could get somebody a loan.
There you go.
Yeah. So they know me.
That's really good. We have a team. It's just being aware that you have one.
Okay.
And picking up the phone or reaching out to them to leverage what they bring to the table, because you're paying them. you're already paying a lot of these team members, you're paying them, but you're not leveraging their service.
You know, it's what it is you're not realizing they're team members.
Yeah.
Just looking at them as that's a service I have to pay for.
Bingo.
And that's what it is. You're not thinking about, oh, they are a team member because they're already part of it. So call them and utilize their skill sets because they should have more of a skill set than just, hey, you're due.
They have a lot more than you think
And-
they do.
And then, so what do you do on your insurance broker? And for instance, on the insurance on, say, a rental property you have or your home, and you say, well, how can I go about saving insurance? And they don't have an answer for you. What do you suggest people do at that point?
Tell them a little bit about your situation, give them an opportunity to do some research, and schedule a meeting with them next week.
Okay, so don't just fire them,
Okay.
but see if they can come back and do some of their work that they're supposed to have the skills in first.
Give them an assignment
Give them an
in
opportunity.
a subtle kind of way, right? Say, okay, let me share with you a little bit more about what I'm doing and what we have here. And maybe after you've had a chance to think about it and look at what you have to offer, we can connect next week and you can tell me what you found out.
Okay. So give them homework.
Give them homework, give them an
Yeah.
assignment, have them do some of the work that they should be doing, and give them the opportunity to come up with solutions
That's right.
or results that are
Yeah.
more than just, if you look at your policy, it says this.
That's right. And the other side of this too is that what you'll realize is that you may have homeowners insurance with them, car insurance with them, and you may have a business, but your business may not have insurance. And you tell them more about you and what you have, they can come up with some options that you may not have thought about. And they haven't thought about because they didn't know enough.
Right.
So don't be
get
afraid
it.
to go across the board of everything you have and not
Yeah.
just the one thing and say, well, I have all of this. What can we do? It's kind of like talking to an accountant. You know, most people say final taxes.
That's another
but
one
how
on
do
your
you-
team.
How do you
Exactly.
do it? You know, most accountants should be able to come up with a strategy for you. It'll be an additional fee in most cases, but if they're good, it's worth paying, I would say, because they're supposed to strategize how you
So-
reduce your taxes.
You found the fifth question.
Yes, I found my fifth question.
Got the fifth question. Okay.
No.